Sensei, please. Let's keep it real upright, polite, slow, and big. So I get a slash, and I want you guys more than for now. Hold your ground. So don't push me. Right. So if he freezes, he cuts. I pass. Freeze, cut, pass. Simple as that. We're not going to use footwork here, right? If I block, he clears. I clear, right? And what that is, what happens there is an arm break instantly, right? If it's on the backhand, he clears. Up underneath, please. Up underneath, yeah. I'm sorry, like this sensei. And he comes back. So one more time. He comes back here. That's an arm break. And how those happen is, go ahead. This disappears and this comes like this. What you have a tendency to do is this, and that gets you jammed. And when you're talking, you get jammed too. Come on. So there's the arm break. In the drill, 1, clear please. 2, so right, bam, and I'll be ready to block if you came in. That distance, not this distance. Okay. Good. No. Okay. But anyway, if we can work each one of these pieces individually, we'll turn it into a drill, and then we'll go back to the stick, and you'll see it'll change. Okay. Just all you're doing is this. If he clears here, you clear, stab, back into the drill. Okay, that's just that for now.
Listen.
Any blocks? Don't use your hand on the arm. There's lots of reasons not to. Small motor movement degrades, fingers get broken, and you miss. This is the way to clear that. The other reason is when I use my forearm, I still have my hand to use. When I do this, I'm done. Okay? So, 1, and then here's my clear. Knife comes back here, and now you're looking for a target. And this is not a place to pick because I didn't grab.
Right.
So ideally what will happen is the second he starts to see me do this hand drops down to that hollow. Okay? And that's where it gets cleared, and that hand's already ready.
Right.
That's the platform, and it's the most economical way of moving. So we say 1, 2. Now if he comes over the top, he gets tied up for a period of time. So do that again, Sensei. Come over the top and pick that. His hands are tied up. So if he does that, come over the top. Yeah. See what happens. That's why when I haven't commit, I can also do this, right? If I do this, now pick it. But you can feel that. You can feel that. See? When I go to grab that, it's going to go, you'll see this up here and you'll see that go down and your hand's ready to pick. But if you see me do this, keep it underneath. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. All right? Go. It just kind of floats there. You can go either place, right? Karate movements don't work. Right? This is never the answer. If this hand comes up because you see a flash of light and it's instinctive, it's, oh crap. The second this touches, that one comes right in. Not like that, but in cut time. Because even if I go, oh shoot, see, but then it's already. This has tendency to come up, that's okay, but right away, that hand comes in. The other thing is, ideally, slow motion, this comes up like you're going to scratch your head, and then it hooks when it hits. It doesn't come up like this because it's 20 motion with the shoulder, right? So you say, oh shoot, oh. Then you turn the hand. Now, you need to keep it hooked. You need to keep this motion until it passes as minor center. Once it does, this hand rolls, and this one comes in. That's ideal. Okay? I know you have a tendency to learn it like this. Yeah, that's just baby steps. 1, 2, 3. And you need to press it, especially if you're doing Yurimi. So let's say I'm here, cut, especially if I'm coming back in on them. If I want to move Tenkan and just keep moving backwards, that's one thing. Either one of those protects your legs. But especially if you're holding your ground, shove that right into him when with your hand. Okay? Those. Start. Yeah, get pushed, right? Here's what the average person does. And then they get cut on the next one. You guys, one, he pushes. Look where this hand goes, all the way over here. So now as he continues to push. Now that ends the drill. So to keep the drill going, I can push, I can be about here, wait, he strikes again, and we're back in the drill. But normally what happens there is 1, 2, it's over, right? Okay. Okay. Gotta really be soft with that. Any tension in your shoulders, any posts, it wrecks it. Okay. And you see, watch where this hand goes. Here. But a lot of times people practice these lazy and they do this. It's off their major center. And that's why your hand gets jammed when you do these drills. So this is here. See how it's all the way over here. So when you push, comes right out of that drill. Right? Okay. When you practice those, the redundas, make sure it's really over on that minor center. That's what makes this stuff so devious and cool. His hand's just sneaking all the way around here and flanking him. Come on. So this is upright and polite. I'm not down like this in combat mode. I just want you to work on the arms being smooth, period. So as long as you meet this at the right angle, it's fine. He checks. 2, 3. Check underneath. Right. Come back either with the butt or a hook with the tip, either way. So this is aiming for throat or brachial plexus or something like that. Okay. This one you have to break the law for a second. This hand comes up first. This immediately takes its place. So then the drill is check, 2, 3, 4, 5, cut. And we're right back to the first one. Let's just do this one now. Ichikomi style. Up underneath. Now even if he holds on that bottom hand and comes back, hold tight, it's not going to matter because it breaks against his own arm, right? Okay. Do that smooth as a drill. I'm going to demonstrate one more time the speed. So give me a 1. Go a little slow. See where that always is? Okay, just like that. Don't go faster. Relax your shoulders. Use your forearms, not your hands. Okay. You slide over here first. He goes to push, and you do this. See what you just did yourself? That rotation doesn't belong there. Here, angle stays exactly the same. Okay? You put that in there every single time, you're gonna crush your arms into your major center, which is exactly where he was trying to get, but you did it yourself, right? After. Okay, that's the feeling. I don't have time to rotate, right? Okay. Use our hands. So let's say I'm getting gutted, right? That works, right? But I could have jammed my thumb. I could have missed. Right? So the best thing to do is, if you're going to use that hand, use it in a monkey paw. Don't use your thumb. And then instantly add another shield. So this can be done lots of different ways. I can say 1, 2, move right back into that. This is slow motion. If you're going to, but watch what happens when I use my thumb. It would be much better if I had done this, and then I move right back into that, right? I can do this and have this, right? I can do this if I'm, I can move right back into that and then roll it. So here I've got my hand on a hip, scratching my head, right? There's the movement. So it's always somehow trying to get, there's a saying in the system, if you don't like the attack, change it. So I like 2s, right? So gut me. See? I like two, right? You move it into a two. Let's think of it that way. But I don't want you to do this anymore. That kind of stuff, okay? Not for today anyway. All right, those. When he clears, if you rotate this way, if you shift, if you rotate this way, you're dead, okay? Automatically, watch. So I go like this and I go like this. Just see how I got crossed up? I do this. See how I got crossed up? Okay? From here, nothing happens. Push that arm. Now, if you want to rotate, shift, whatever you want to do is fine. But this looks 1, 2. This hasn't done any of that. My feet haven't moved. You don't have time for that. That's what's happening. 1, 2, 3 is. It's already, right? Now he could beat that if he doesn't rotate. Watch. Now you rotate. See? Almost. Nothing changes. Look, he's already there. You can beat that easily. Second you do that, then you don't beat it. Okay.
So you're basically replacing this as the point. Right? So that disappears and replace it.
Yeah, look. Now who's in charge? Now rotate. Now who's in charge? See the difference? Okay.
I have a question, if you don't mind.
No.
So I have this in my mind so I can understand when I'm training at home and I'm working with.
Sure.
Is that the reason now we don't have the time, is that the distance and timing is wrong and he's seeing our angle and we don't have time to.
You're flanking yourself mainly.
Okay.
Yeah, the second, here, when he rotates, he flanked himself.
Right.
See? The other reason is rotating takes time. He's taking his time to rotate, but all I'm doing is cutting him when he rotates.
He's using his turn.
Yeah, he used his
He's
turn.
for
Well
a
said.
turn.
Exactly. He used his turn. Okay, that's well said.
Domo sensei.
Yosh. Some of you are now got the idea of using your forearm, not your hand, but you can't start here. There's not space for one, your elbow's in the way. The other is it brings your shoulders up and jams you, right? It always comes from down here. You want to get there as fast as you can, so you go like this. That's what jams you. Shortest distance between 2 points is what? A circle. Thank you. So kind of starts from down here when he pushes. Now look what it is. You know, even if your hands are here, you have to say, it has to come down here first and then up and around. Okay? That's a big thing. I'm just seeing everybody do that almost. When he clears my arm, not only does it have to come here, but it has to come here like this, not like this. Okay? Because when you do your drill, isn't your stick like that? And then you turn it over to cut back, right? I don't do the drills like this. Right? I do them. Right? So, 1, you can lay the heart of your hand right on that hollow, and then when you bring it up in that position until you make contact, and then you roll it. That's those drills. The reason is it creates space. So I have to get past his elbow, and I can do that 2 different ways. One is I can create space in the bend of my elbow, and the other is I can throw this down here like this, which relaxes my shoulder. Now when he pushes through, my arm is a lot longer because my shoulder's relaxed. Does that make sense? Okay. So it looks like this. Okay. Just bring that up, wipe the space. Okay.
That creates space, full space.
Notice?
Create space.
Does anybody know the term wood kick? Okay, but it's repetitive striking, basically. It's used in a lot of different ways, but Usually, so if I hit once, that doesn't mean I can't hit again. I hit once. Right? So I might hit you in the hand, hit you in the head. Watch my hand. That's how you can hit that fast. It's identical, isn't it? So I do the drill. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So let's do that drill. Just repetitive striking with one hand, right or left. Doesn't matter. See? So you're going to use the edge. The edge corresponds to that row of knuckles. So slice. When it gets back here, your palm's up, just like we decided it should be. And then when you want to cut again, it rolls over, which was when you're wiping their face. What we're doing. So, slice, 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 slice. Just keep repeating. You're not going to use your hand any other way. I'm not doing this though. And I'm doing this. Watch my shoulders. Did they rotate? No, because they don't in the drill either, right? Don't do this. Do this. That diagonal always stays the same. There you go. See how you get a little bit of slap with the blade? So slice. Slice. Each time you have to re-index. The saddle back that wrist, the slice. If you find yourself slapping with the blade, what we're saying, you're not saddle backing your wrist. So when you get here, snap it into a saddle back position. That's how you get a slice. Some of you are doing this, so you're slapping with the side of the blade. Right? Slice, slice, slice.
Does it make a difference whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
No, that's the sister drill. Yeah, so you can also...
Clockwise is easier.
Yeah, it's whatever you use to. Yeah. So we can do forehands, we can also do backhands, we can also practice these coming up. Repeating, or repeat the up. See, here's repeating up, slice, saddle back, slice, saddle back, slice. Okay? All right. That's an important drill, almost always neglected.
We've made sure to neglect it, Sensei.
Well neglected here.
Extended is not expended, one of Master Decker's favorite sayings. Just because you hit him once doesn't mean you can't hit him right away again with the same thing. Or just because you blocked with your forearm doesn't mean you can't hit him with the corresponding hand at the same time. Right? Make sure you try both hands.
Watch these guys, we're famous for not doing that.
No, I didn't see that. I don't care. You know, too hard on that one. The other thing is this. Here's what I'm saying. Don't bring it over to this hip. Just do this. Always stays off this minor center.
Yeah.
That feel good?
Yes, it feels much better. Almost sensei.
Gosh. See Don how that's coming over to the other hip. Keep this hand. See his hand still in line with that hip. It's always right in line with the heart. Right here. Saddle back. Saddle back. He's gonna, instead of clearing my arm with his forearm, he's gonna grab my wrist, shove my arm against my body, follow me and cut me. That works, right? If I come here, I shut that down like that, his tendency is to tense his shoulder and fight that. In the meantime, he's getting poked, right? So this is soft. He goes to grab that. You do pick that at this point. Bring this up, go back into the drill. But I always want to show you how the drill is safe, but when you do it right, it's not for him. So 1, 2, here's what's really happening. I pick it here, break his elbow, and then move. Okay?
Don't move that the other way. They're not.
Sure.
That's important to see because
Yeah.
from last summer to this summer, that made a lot of sense about the picks to me.
Okay. So you slice. Okay. Takes a lot of time, right? So we say 1, 2. Break it. Break the elbow, then the hand comes up. Okay. But in the drill, for now, he'll agree that when I do this, he'll let go, so that we keep the drill. And I don't have to break his elbow. Yeah,
I
that's,
guess I'll agree to that.
on the backhand again, if he grabs my wrist for the purpose of pulling this back and injecting this in here, don't pick it, because now both hands are down. You don't have to pick it. Why don't I have to pick it? Because there's the elbow break back into the drill. Okay.
He's crossed himself at that
He
point.
crossed his center, break his elbow. Take it away. Try that. Do both sides, please. Both sides and forehand and backhand. Yeah, you got the idea on that, right? And you can gig each other for shoulders and your ears and stuff, right? All right. Let's do the takeaways. Since would you a couple takeaways. By the way, you have the gutting movements back into the drill, overhand. Yeah. Back into the drill, you've been practicing those. So add that to it, right? When he comes over, why don't I do this? Because you're not allowed to put yourself in techniques, right? It's against school rules. That's a cote. So I might start to do that, but eventually that one will take over. So usually what actually happens is both hands come up. When it turns into a 12, I do that. When it turns into a 1, I do that. Or in between is BL, right? You just got to start canting the body a little. So add those to this. As a matter of fact, let's use those as the takeaways. Okay. So over the top, guide to here, 2. Right. This. I don't know if I should have you doing this right away. It's a little more difficult. The reason is I didn't get a pop on its arm. Let's do a backhand, then we'll go to that. Backhand? See? You always say, why do I do that first?
Because it hurts.
Doesn't your attention go there?
Yeah.
When his attention goes there, I can easily snatch the knife. Some of you were doing this today. Okay, just stiffen up. Obviously that doesn't work. Okay. That boom changes the attention. When I hit him here, slow motion, it allows me to snatch that. You get it every time. Once I snatch it, I do this with my body. This goes straight to the grip, just like his hand, and he either lets go or his fingers get broken and I take it out. Never allowed, for any reason, obviously, to run your hand up on the blade. It never touches the metal. Okay? On a 1, same thing. Okay. You guys know those, right? Okay, let me watch. That's how I get it. Now, 50% energy in both my arms, right? Right, now, angle here. What's going to open those fingers? This? No. This? No. This? Yeah. Okay. This? No. Gripping the knife. Okay. Ignore the knife. Open the fingers. Take the knife. So that angle is very important. I want you to just play with what angle. Now, also I'm not pushing against my own thumb. This is push-pull, you see that? I'm not even gripping, I'm just using the other side of my hand, okay? Okay. 1, 2, push-pull, fingers open, knife comes in. Okay? I didn't grip the knife till the end, right? Otherwise you cut your own hand. Right? Now it's funny if you knew that you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Right. That's the 10,000, having the 10,000 know the one. So unfortunately, there's no shortcut, so you go through all the techniques and there's 10,000 and you go out of your mind and then you gotta name them too and everything else. But you finally come to the realization there's only 100 and then there's only 10 and you go, wait a minute, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I can't believe I have not seen that in all this time. So anyway, going back to this, right? Right? See that? He comes in with his pretend knife, see? Yeah. Right? See the motion? Same exact motion. So some of you are doing this. Right? Should be here. How do you get it up fast if it's here? Like that? Or like this? Right? Same thing, right? Okay, try it again. It's got to be a circle. Your body, your joints are work in a rotary fashion. You try to do a line, all kinds of things have to happen to make that adjustment. It takes too long.
See,